They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with the Los Angeles Rams. Here's the former UCLA Bruin, Kaimi Fairbairn, to get this one started. The ball on the tee. We're set for football. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Here we go.
Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
And he'll get across the 20, but only to about the 22-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. For Gurley, the end to his season, Charles, was interesting. The late season injury, everybody said, look, we swear he's 100%, but he didn't get the carries or production that he normally got.
I thought what was very strange about it was that it happened in the last 2 games. 5 touches in the NFC Championship game at New Orleans, then only 10 carries in the Super Bowl for 35 yards. But against Dallas in the divisional playoffs, he ran for 116 yards and looked like his old self.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. They give him a gain of 38. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. On first down, it's gone. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Brandon Dunn, never giving up. He's able to keep working and get him for a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Third and long. It's Goff. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 18. A shotgun snap for Watson. Underneath for Miller. And a great move on the play as he takes this one past the 25. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. Out of the gun, Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Nickel Roby-Coleman. And he will score. Touchdown, L.A.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. But the Houston Texans, as they come onto the field, obviously their offseason hit a little earlier than they wanted in January, making it to the playoffs, losing to Indianapolis. That was the first time that two AFC South teams had actually met in the playoffs when they squared off with the Colts.
And think about how the two of them began the year. Houston began 0-3. The Colts began 1-5. Yet they both finished so hot. The Colts down the stretch, 9-1 in their last 10. Houston 8-2, and end up meeting in the playoffs. And both of them ended up winning on the other team's home field. The Colts did it twice. Houston did it once.
As you said several times, hard for Houston to be completely disappointed with the ending. They have a lot to build on for next year. Flush to his right. Dumps it complete to Miller. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It's a gain of 5, and they're going to have a third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Come back, come back.
From the gun on third, Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion.
Richmond.
To the air yet again, Watson. On the right side, this is Miller. And he's taken down inside the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize play.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Ndamukong Suh able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss. On second down, here's Watson. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. It's 1st and 10 from the 12.
Green the line. Richmond.
From the gun, here's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. That's complete right around the 8. A good display of footwork. It gets him just inside the 5 to the 4. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Tiger.
To throw on second is Watson. The quick snap caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They give them 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
But it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Here's Watson on the sneak, and he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
Okay, got him halfway.
And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Deshaun Watson scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The football going back over to the Rams here, and you think back to that Super Bowl. So they average almost 33 points a game during the regular season. Then they get into the Super Bowl in the first half, 6 drives, 6 punts, and, of course, they only muster 3 points all game long. The punter, Johnny Hecker, got quite the workout, didn't he? Ended up going 8 straight drives where he ran on the field and punted the football before a third-quarter field goal on drive number 9. There were times during the season he didn't punt it 8 times in a 3-game span. So that was very unusual, but let's look at the positives for them.
They were 4-12 in 2016 were the Rams. They were in the Super Bowl after the 2018 season. That's pretty significant.
Yeah, and they'll get Cooper Kupp back next year as well and have a lot of the pieces back to make another. Trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18, and he will score. It's a touchdown. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Well, off topic, but we'd be remiss if we didn't point out what else was happening Super Bowl weekend. The Madden 19 Club Championship, second major this season, 2 more to follow. And our winner, Pauvin, representing the Oakland Raiders. He took down the Vikings, and your favorite, Charles, Strafen. He had to reach for the ibuprofen after a 38-24 beatdown in the final.
Well, you know, if he was representing the Oakland Raiders, the Vikings went down, and they went down hard. That's how the Raiders do it.
How about Pauvin, though, wins $100,000 for his efforts, also won Super Bowl tickets for the next day, unselfishly gave them to his father and his brother.
How about that? That's pretty cool. Congratulations, Pauvin. Way to go.
J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They're going to go for it. It's gone. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And out across midfield down to the 45. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Now a first down throw. Gone. Open man right side is Kupp, complete. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. First down now, but that clock rolling.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Letting one go deep for the end. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Robert Woods, 28 yards. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Zerline good with a PAT. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Well, CD, the NFL held its awards show the night before the Super Bowl, and as you and I had speculated the last few weeks, Patrick Mahomes, MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, and for the 2nd straight season, how about Aaron Donald, Defensive Player of the Year?
Yeah, Donald was expected. We knew that was going to happen. Mahomes.
And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Michael Brockers in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. To throw is Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The Texans send the punter out, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Taking it about the 36. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Before this next drive gets going, we need to discuss the Hall of Fame inductees. There will be 8 in the 2019 class. We got Champ Bailey, Tony Gonzalez, Ty Law. Who else am I forgetting in there?
Well, how about a big guy, a lineman, Kevin Mawai, who was absolutely terrific in his career. How about Ed Reed with the Baltimore Ravens and the great job he did in the secondary there. Pat Bowlen, Gil Brandt as contributors, the owner of the Broncos and the longtime scout with the Cowboys. And I love the senior committee bringing in Johnny Robinson, the safety with Kansas City.
Tony Gonzalez was a first ballot guy. And, of course, when I hear Ty Law's name, you think, wow, he started this great Patriots dynasty that we're still living in.
You're exactly right. And the Patriots, with all of their championships, probably underrepresented in the Hall of Fame.